Tesla is a very popular company owned by the billionaire Elon Musk that has been the face of the electric vehicle revolution for over a decade. In that time, Tesla has sold more than 7.1 million vehicles. But now the crown is being overtaken by another market, not from the USA or Japan or Germany, but from China. China's EV companies are growing faster, cheaper, and smarter. And in 2024, one of them finally overtook Tesla in global sales. Tesla is cutting prices, struggling with competition, and fighting an EV war that could determine its future. So, is Tesla losing? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about China's EV explosion. This isn't just another car industry shift. This is the biggest transformation in auto history. Back in 2011, Elon Musk was interviewed about one of the Chinese car manufacturers, BYD.
Although there's competitors now ramping up, and as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
I have seen their cars, yes. In fact, at the Berkshire Hathaway meeting, I saw their cars.
Yeah.
Well, they are on a different, tell me why you're laughing. You don't see them at all as a competitor?
No.
Why is that? I mean, they offer a lower price.
Fast forward to now, China is the largest EV market in the world, accounting for over 60% of all EV sales. But it's not just about demand, because China also dominates the EV supply chain. China leads the EV race for several key reasons. First is massive subsidies and tax breaks. The Chinese government has heavily subsidized EV purchases, reducing costs for consumers. In some cases, buyers receive thousands of dollars in incentives. Second is license plate restrictions. In cities like Beijing and Shanghai, gas-powered car registrations are limited, while EVs get priority, making them the go-to choice. Third is investment in infrastructure. China has built the world's largest EV charging network, with over 6.5 million public charging points. Fourth is battery domination. China is home to CATL and BYD. These two companies lead global EV battery production, supplying Tesla, Volkswagen, and other top automakers. Since China controls much of the global lithium and rare earth supply chain, this reduces battery costs and increases efficiency. With China's advanced supply chain and lower labor costs allow companies like BYD, NIO, and XPeng to produce high-quality EVs more efficiently than Western automakers. While considering a massive domestic market, Chinese automakers produce millions of EVs, driving down costs through volume production. Companies like BYD manufacture their own batteries, chips, and even semiconductors that reduce dependency on global supply chains. With this strong foundation, China is set to dominate the future of EVs, challenging traditional automakers and even Tesla. Now, let's talk about Tesla's biggest challenge: price. Tesla cars are great, but they're getting beaten on one key factor: affordability. The BYD Seal with 700 kilometers of range goes for $26,000 compared to the Tesla Model 3 of $35,000 with 600 kilometers. XPeng P7 is cheaper with $5,000 and with 102 more kilometers, while the NIO ET5 is $4,000 more expensive. It has 150 kilometers more than the Model 3. This pricing advantage is pushing Tesla into a price war. And Tesla has already cut prices multiple times in China just to keep up. But there's a huge risk. Tesla's profit margins are shrinking, while Chinese brands are still making money. Tesla is losing ground in China, and it's not just because of price. Here are 3 key reasons why Tesla is struggling in China right now. 1. Market share is shrinking. More buyers are choosing local brands with better features. This means there is more choices like BYD, NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto now offer EVs that match or exceed Tesla's. 2. Price war pressure. Tesla keeps cutting prices but still loses ground since China EVs are still cheaper and come with more features. 3. Government restrictions. The Chinese government banned Tesla cars from military areas due to concerns about onboard cameras collecting sensitive data. Also, some government workers are not allowed to drive Teslas to work. Chinese authorities are worried about the cameras and sensors on Tesla cars collecting sensitive data. And when the government steps in, it directly affects sales. Chinese EV makers aren't stopping in China. They're going global. Companies like BYD, NIO, and XPeng are expanding into Europe, Latin America, and Southeast Asia at an incredible speed. And now, Western governments are worried. The US and European Union are considering higher tariffs on Chinese EVs to protect their own auto industries. But the truth is, Chinese EVs are already here, and they're selling faster and cheaper than local brands. So what's next? Can Tesla survive the Chinese EV takeover? Well, Tesla can fight back by implementing various steps. 1. New technologies. Tesla's next-gen models need to outperform Chinese EVs. 2. Lower production costs. Tesla needs to match BYD's pricing efficiency. Doesn't seem like an easy task for Tesla right now, but manageable nonetheless. 3. Global expansion. Tesla must grow in markets outside of China to stay dominant. Tesla isn't going away, but the competition is real. If Musk wants to keep Tesla at the top, he has to innovate fast. What do you think? Will Tesla win the EV war, or will China take over the industry? Let me know in the comments.